Greetings and salutations. Thank you for lending an ear to The Voice of the Times for Thursday, December 10, 2020. For today's editorial, time for a fireworks ban. In his address to the nation last Monday night, President Rodrigo Duterte, giving all the appearance of a man who was thinking out loud, suggested he might order a total ban on fireworks in the Philippines next year. As restrictions of varying severity on fireworks in the past have been rejected, or when they have been imposed, not faithfully enforced, many people likely dismissed the president's comments as just some of his habitual stream of consciousness rambling. We believe, however, that a ban on fireworks is an idea whose time has come. The most obvious reason, of course, is that fireworks pose a significant risk to public safety. At the beginning of the year, the Department of Health, or DOH, reported that there were 164 fireworks injuries over the holiday season, more than 60% of those to children under the age of 15. The numbers were an improvement over the previous year's holiday period, when 249 people were injured by fireworks, and significantly better than the average of 403 injuries per year between 2014 and 2018. However, the number of injuries in 2019 was alarming, precisely for the reason the DOH gave, for their being much reduced from previous years. In October 2018, President Duterte issued Executive Order 28, which restricted the use of fireworks to community displays authorized by local governments and suspended the issuance of new licenses to fireworks manufacturers and distributors until existing fireworks businesses were reviewed for compliance. Duterte also exhorted the Philippine National Police to crack down on the illegal manufacture and sale of fireworks. The DOH attributed the reduction in injuries to those measures, but with those restrictions essentially prohibiting the public from using fireworks and limiting them to only organized displays, the number of injuries should have been nearly zero. Obviously, they were not, and anyone who witnessed New Year's Eve around Metro Manila at the start of the year would likely not have noticed any diminution of the public's access to or appetite for fireworks. Fireworks seem even more inadvisable this year, with the still very active threat of the novel coronavirus restricting festive activities. Fireworks are fun to watch for most people, and it is an activity that encourages people to gather. Even when there is no pandemic threat, and even when the activity does not result in someone getting an eye injury or burns or losing fingers, the noise and pollution from fireworks can still be considered a nuisance and pose health and environmental risks. The most potent argument that is always raised against banning or imposing severe limits on fireworks is the harm that such restrictions would cause to the livelihoods of those in the fireworks industry, which is a significant economic activity in some places, most notably in the province of Bulacan. Not only fireworks manufacturers, but vendors as well, count on the sales from the end-of-year holiday period for much of their annual income, and suddenly taking that away from thousands of people would be cruel and irresponsible. The livelihood of affected businesses and workers is a key consideration in any proposal to ban fireworks. However, it need not be an insoluble problem. Before imposing any sort of ban, the government must make a careful assessment of the number of people who would be displaced and their livelihood needs and develop reasonable alternatives for them. No one who is supporting themselves and their families through a legal business should be penalized by being left to fend for themselves if the government decides that, from a certain point forward, that business will no longer be allowed. By the same token, the better interests of the entire country should not be set aside to preserve a non-essential specialized business sector that produces a potentially dangerous product. President Duterte's vague suggestion of next year as a time when he might impose the ban should allow the government sufficient time to take the steps necessary to provide the appropriate economic and social support to those who will be affected by it. As for the rest of us, it is not too much to ask that we might find safer ways to celebrate the holidays. And that's the editorial for Thursday, December 10, 2020. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and listen to the voice of the Times.